LeBron James is hands down one of the best basketball players to ever grace this globe. He has shown time and time again why he makes the cut as one of the greats. James is a four-time NBA MVP, going from Cleveland to Miami, then back to Cleveland, and finally landing in LA. James is a multi-sport star as a child and eventually went on to become the #1 NBA basketball player straight out of high school. As you can tell, this guy has major talent. In today's video, we wanted to cover whether or not there is a possibility LeBron James will retire in Cleveland with his old NBA team, the Cleveland Cavaliers. But before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron's background with the team. James was drafted first overall in the 2003 NBA draft by his local franchise, the Cleveland Cavaliers. He set an NBA record for most points scored by a prep-to-pro player in his debut performance when he scored 25 points against the Sacramento Kings in his first regular season game. He was the first Cavalier to win the NBA Rookie of the Year award at the end of the season, and with the final averages of 20.9 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 5.9 assists per game, he became the only third player in NBA history to average at least 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists per game as a rookie. Cleveland finished the season with a 35-47 record, missing out on the playoffs. James continued to play for his hometown team, the Cavaliers, for quite some time. In 2004 to 2005, he earned his first NBA All-Star game. With his exceptional basketball skills and abilities, he quickly helped the Cleveland Cavaliers rise to success. In 2006, the Cavaliers qualified for the playoffs for the first time since 1998 under James's leadership. James scored a triple-double in a win over the Washington Wizards in his postseason debut. He made his first game-winning shot of his career in Game 3 of the series, and he made another in Game 5. Cleveland went on to overcome the Wizards before being eliminated in the second round by the Detroit Pistons. In 2006 and 2007, the Cavaliers went on to win Game 6 and win their first ever Eastern Conference title, setting up a finals meeting with the San Antonio Spurs. James struggled in the championship round, averaging 22 points, 7 rebounds, and 6.8 assists per game on just 35.6% shooting, and Cleveland was swept. After a 27.8 rebound and 9 assist performance in February of the 2007 to 2008 season, James was awarded All-Star Game MVP for the second time. He passed Brad Daughtry as the Cavaliers' all-time top scorer in a game against the Raptors on March 21st. Despite playing in almost 100 fewer games than Daughtry, James placed second in the NBA Defensive Player of the Year voting and was named to his first NBA All-Defensive team at the end of the 2008 to 2009 season, with 23 chase-down blocks and a career-high 93 total blocks. He was also the fourth player since the merger to lead his team in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks in a single season. Following a spat of injuries to the Cavaliers' backcourt in February of the 2009 to 2010 season, James was forced into a temporary point guard role. With his guidance, Cleveland managed to maintain its momentum, ending the season with the best record in the league for the second year in a row. In Game 6, the Cavaliers were officially eliminated from the playoffs, with James leading the way with 27 points, 19 rebounds, 10 assists, and 9 turnovers. This ultimately was the point where LeBron decided to switch up his team and go over to the Miami Heat. On July 1st, 2010 at 12:01 a.m. EDT, James became an unrestricted free agent. Several teams including the Bulls, Los Angeles Clippers, Miami Heat, New York Knicks, New Jersey Nets, and Cavaliers contacted him during this time. On July 8th, he revealed his decision to join the Heat in a live ESPN broadcast titled The Decision. Will LeBron retire in Cleveland? By the looks of it, LeBron doesn't seem to be retiring anytime soon, and when he does, it seems as though he will remain in Los Angeles with his current team, the Los Angeles Lakers. James was 35 years old before the 2020 to 2021 season began, and turned 36 a few days after the season began. He'll be closer to his 40s by the time he gets his new deal, which is entirely guaranteed according to sources. In a desperate attempt to fight against the inevitable, James could try to resist and force his body to reignite some of his old strength, but Father Time inevitably catches up with everyone. Over the course of the next few seasons, James's body will be unable to support his basketball brilliance, and when that time happens, James will almost certainly retire from the Lakers. The shame in that, at least for many in Cleveland, is that he is unlikely to retire as a member of the Cavaliers. Many Cleveland supporters hoped he could enjoy one last season with the Cavaliers, as his close friend Dwayne Wade did with the Miami Heat. Although Cleveland is unlikely to win another championship with James, it would be a great way to send off the hometown kid who ended the franchise's nearly 50-year title drought in 2016. Unlike Wade or any other player who has taken or will do a retirement tour, James is unrivaled. There has never been a player who has been a part of 3 different organizations and produced 3 different dynasties. Even if James's record in the NBA Finals isn't as perfect as Michael Jordan's, it's something he's never done. We know James's heart is still and always will be in Ohio. He remains active in the Akron community through his I Promise School and the LeBron James Family Foundation, but he can pursue many more lucrative opportunities in Los Angeles, and this will prove to be very beneficial once he he ultimately decides to retire. The truth is, James grew up a Lakers fan, and being able to round off his career by earning a few more rings is likely a dream come true for him. He will definitely be retiring in LA with his beloved Lakers, but this doesn't mean he won't always cherish his time with the Cleveland Cavaliers, the place it all began for him in the NBA. Regardless, he signed a contract at the end of 2020, which means he will remain with the Lakers for a few more years. Because of LeBron James's contract deal, he will spend the next few years with the Los Angeles Lakers, attempting to win more NBA championships. For some Cavs supporters, however, it also represents hope. James has signed a new contract with the Lakers that will keep him with the team until the end of the 2022 to 2023 season. After that, James will be a free agent, which means, in theory, that he might sign with the team that drafts his son Bronny. In order for James to play any place with his son in 2023, the NBA's one-and-done rule would have to be changed. A player who wishes to enter the NBA must currently have completed at least 1 year of college or be 19 years old. In 2023, Bronny will graduate from high school. For Cavs supporters, the ideal scenario is for the club to continue to struggle, allowing Cleveland to draft Bronny in 2023. That maybe tempt James back to where he started his career. Tweets about James's returning to the Cavs. Many fans have taken to social media to share their love for James and hoping he will return to Cleveland for one final season. One fan wrote, "Think about this, year 2023. Bronny James Jr. is drafted by the Cavs' #1 pick. LeBron signs in free agency with the Cavs, plays 1 year and ends his career as a Cavalier." Another fan wrote on Twitter, "2023 will be a sick year when LeBron and Bronny, his son, play for the Cavs." Unfortunately, it seems as though his Cleveland fans will be upset, as 2023 looks as though LeBron and his son will remain in LA for his son to hopefully join the Lakers just like his father. Carrying on the James legacy. LeBron James's legacy. James graduated from high school as one of the most highly touted NBA prospects in history. He had an immediate impact in the NBA and was named Rookie of the Year in his first season. He has been named to 16 All-NBA teams as of June 2020, including 13 times to the first team, both of which are NBA records. Only Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Wilt Chamberlain, and Bill Russell have won 4 MVP trophies in a 5-year timeframe. James and Russell are the only players to win 4 MVP awards in a 5-year timeframe. James has also won 4 Finals MVP awards, the second most of any player in NBA history, and has been named to the All-Defensive Team every season from 2009 to 2014. While James has never won the Defensive Player of the Year award, he has placed second twice in the voting and has stated that winning it is one of his top objectives. His teams have won 4 championships and appeared in the finals 10 times. He is tied for 3rd all-time in finals appearances with 10. Some critics have chastised him for not having a better finals record, while others have maintained that James is a good player who is beaten by better competition. And there you have it. Will LeBron James retire in Cleveland with the Cavaliers? It is uncertain where he will retire yet, but unfortunately, it doesn't seem like Cleveland will be his place of choice. Thanks for watching.